Hello everyone, we are from EPPE3213 International Monetary Economy, SET2 Group 3. Our group will be presenting a study titled Malaysia's Balance of Payment, Trade Determinant and Policy Implications. These are our group members, 张元、毕嘉轩、江嘉宁、郑恩泽、满润帆. Then we go to the introduction.
First, I would like to explain what the balance of payments is. The balance of payments shows how a country deals with the rest of the world. It records things like trade, money flows, and investment between one country and other countries. Because of this, BOP helps us understand whether an economy is stable or not. Malaysia is a very small, open economy. This means Malaysia depends a lot on international trade and foreign capital. So when something happens in the global economy, Malaysia is often affected very quickly. For example, changes in global demand or investor confidence can easily influence Malaysia's balance of payments. Now, let me talk about the main problem of this study. Even though Malaysia has strong exports, its current account and financial account do not always stay stable. We can see clear ups and downs over time. One important reason is Malaysia's dependence on foreign capital influence. Foreign investment helps the economy grow, but it also brings risk. When global crises happen, these risks become more serious. For example, during the global financial crisis in 2008 and the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Malaysia experienced unexpected capital flows and export changes. These events show that Malaysia's external position can be vulnerable to global shocks. Because of this reason, it is important to study Malaysia's balance of payments in more details. This study focuses on understanding the background and the key issues related to Malaysia's BOP.
In this part, I will review some study about Malaysia's balance of payment, and I will focus on trend, manufacture, and external risk. And first, many studies show that Malaysia's balance of payment structure has slowly changed over time, and the current account and financial account have become more connected. And since 2014, Malaysia has faced a lower commodity price and higher imports. This factor has weakened the current account, and although exports are still strong, and many researchers has pointed out that Malaysia's export has a low value added, and most exports are also concentrated in electronic industry, which makes the economy more sensitive to global and industry shocks. And during the COVID-19 period, some studies found a short-term improvement in Malaysia's balance of payment. However, this improvement mainly happened because important fell, and not because export increased. And therefore, this situation is not sustainable in the long run. And second, several economic factors affect Malaysia's balance of payment, and the exchange rate plays an important role. And studies show that when the exchange rate depreciated and the export and the current account can improve after some time, capital flows, especially portfolio investment, are very unstable and easily affected by global financial condition and investor confidence. And in contrast, foreign direct investment is more unstable and help improve export and technology development. And finally, the literature has highlighted the importance of government policy and external risk. Having enough foreign exchange reserve is important to manage sudden capital outflows and keep the economy stable. Study also suggests that if the government increases spending, import may rise and weaken the balance of payment unless productivity also improves. In summary, the literature shows that Malaysia's balance of payments still affected by external shocks, and long-term stability depends on improving export quality, stable investment inflow, and good policy coordination.
The data used in this study may come from the IMF and the World Bank, covering the periods from 2000 to 2023. Data from including many major shocks, such as the Asian financial crisis aftermath, the global financial crisis, and the COVID-19 pandemic. The analysis focused on Malaysia's current account and the net financial account to examine the structural features of its balance of payment. First, regarding the current account, Malaysia recording a present surplus throughout the periods, reflecting its stronger export-orientational economic structure. As shown in Figure 1, E&E product play a key role, accounting for nearly 14% of total export and providing the main support for the surplus. However, the surplus was not stable over time. In 2008, it peaked at around $38 billion, but declined shaped after the global financial crisis. In the post-pandemic periods, especially between the 2022 and 2023, the surplus narrowed significantly to about $6 billion, mainly due to high import costs and weak global demand. Turning to the next financial account, it shows much greater volatility and the interest rate in Figure 3. Capital flows are higher sensitive to global financial conditions. In particular, Malaysia experienced a notable capital outflow in 2018, reflecting change in the investor system and the international rate. Overall, the findings suggest that while Malaysia's export structure provides economic release, the volatility of the financial account makes its balance of payment vulnerable to exchange financial shock, which remain an important policy concerns.
Okay, the first one is discussion. Firstly, is key finding. This study looks at Malaysia's balance of payment over many years. The result shows that Malaysia has a long-term current account supplies. This mainly because Malaysia depends a lot on exports. Electronics products and oil and gas are very important export goods. These exports help Malaysia earn foreign income. As a result, export income is often higher than import spending. However, the financial account is different. This is not sustainable and changes more often. Short-term capital moves in and out when global interest rates or risks change. Thirdly, theory link. International monetary theory help explain these results. In theory, when the exchange rate falls, exports become cheaper. This can help improve the trade balance, but for Malaysia, this effect is small. Many export products don't change much with price. Capital flows follow the pull and pull theory. Global factors, such as U.S. monetary policy, can push capital out. Domestic growth and better returns can pull capital in. The last one is policy implication. Because of this, Malaysia should not depend only on exchange rate changes. The country should develop more type of exports. It should often increase the value of these products. In addition, the government should manage short-term capital flow carefully. This can help reduce risk and keep the balance of payments sustainable. Thank you.
Okay, now I will talk about the summary and the conclusion. In short, Malaysia still maintains a current account surplus, but it has been narrowing over time, while the financial account remains highly volatile due to global capital movement. Overall, Malaysia's external position reflects a suitable but weakening current account and a valuable financial account. This means Malaysia needs to increase the value added of its export, diversify market, and improve its ability to handle short-term capital flow risk. To strengthen resilience, the government should promote export diversification, industrial upgrading, and invest more in technology, infrastructure, and human capital. Firms need to improve their supply chains, enhance technological compatibility and manage exchange rate risk more effectively. Customers also play a part by being more financial aware and supporting local products to reduce import dependence. In conclusion, Malaysia's long-term stability depends on boosting trade competitiveness while managing capital flow volatility. Current data, a factor from the government, industries, companies, and customers are essential to maintain a suitable balance of payment in an increasingly uncertain global environment. Okay, that's all of our group. Thank you to listening.